not seen as people who are as important as a mechanical engineer. Okay, but for me, I just believe it's a scam because there are a lot of mechanical engineers that you give them an engine, they don't know their way around it. You give them an electrical engineer a circuit board, they don't understand it. Why? Because they've been reading. Abstraction and reading is not a proper representation of real life, but watching and doing, immersing yourself into the problem, right? Into the skill you want to learn. That is the best way to learn. So watch and observe, leave reading. I have this habit where I'll be compiling books, I'll be reading the books, I'll read them more. I'll be reading the book, I'll read, but I come to discover that why am I wasting my time reading when I can just watch, observe, and do? Right? I have to reduce my time to market. So that's the best thing to do. Watch, observe, do not read. Only read. Theoretical knowledge sometimes is useful. Not even sometimes. Theoretical knowledge is useful. Okay? Sometimes it is not useful. The problem now is that when you make all your learning theoretical and make too little of it watching and doing, that's practical, right? That's where the problem is. So I would say 90% watch and do, 10% be theoretical. That 10% is when you're asking questions. If your mentor is mentoring you, right? You have a mentor, right, that is teaching you a particular skill. Okay, you watch what they are doing, you try and do what they are doing, get a hands feel of what they are doing. Now, when you now come across a problem, that's when you now ask questions. Okay, that's the theoretical part. When you ask questions and they give you direction, the theory gives you direction. When you ask questions, they give you direction. Then you can improve on what you are doing. So start with the practical, watch and observe. Then ask questions when you come across a problem. If you do that in a very short amount of time, you learn anything. I still remember a friend of mine who knows how to do animation design. I asked him that you want to learn this thing, what do I need? What resources do I need? He said when he mastered it, he just started. He didn't even read anything. He downloaded an app for it and he just started playing around. And he said play around and break sheet. So we just came up with this idea. We call it the break sheet approach to learning. The break sheet first approach to learning. It was funny. So when you take the break sheet first approach to learning, people are just afraid of failing. That's why. But you need to give yourself that environment to fail. Okay. The reason why so many times people read books and follow guidelines because they don't want to get lost. Theory give you a guideline, right? But they don't want to get lost. They are scared of failing. But you need to fail. You need to break sheet first. So if you take that approach, you become a master. Okay. So whatever it is you want to learn, start with it. Watch, observe, and start doing it. Allow yourself to fail so that once you fail, you can correct yourself. And in that way, you cement that skill into your mind even more than just reading the information off of a book. Sometimes too much reading, too much asking for directions is the mind's way of procrastinating. Because your mind, and let me not tell you something about the mind, right? The mind does not like failure. The mind is afraid of failure. So you get what I'm trying to say? We don't like to fail. It doesn't psychologically, failure is painful. So what the mind does is that it helps you do everything, right? Everything around just to avoid you from failing. Because failing is painful. So break shit first. Don't be afraid to fail. Okay, immerse yourself. You want to learn that thing. Open the app. Do rubbish. You want to learn how to sew clothes. Buy some material. Sew rubbish first. Okay, you actually learn. You don't know that you are learning, but you are learning better than reading some guide of a book. Right? Break shit first. Read little. Break shit some more. A whole lot more. Read very tiny. Break more shit. Then read very tiny. And you'll be you'll make far more progress with that approach.